That's right, my friend. Let me ask you, does a machine like yourself ever experience fear?
Alright, what's up everybody? So let's talk about what went right for OpTic at Gfinity, OpTic versus Faze. And what went right was Hardpoint. Why did it go right? Is it because they're either A, very good at slaying, or B, because they're really good at Hardpoint? I want to think that it's both A and B. I'm a diehard OpTic fan. I'll tell you that all day. I love OpTic. I love everything to do with OpTic. And I think that they have superb callouts. I think that their positioning is just, it's amazing. And when it comes to Hardpoint, I think that they are unparalleled. I really do. Does that mean that they're a great OBJ team because they're good at Hardpoint and good at uplink? I think they're good at search. I think they were better with search with Nadeshot. Let's talk about that for a minute. Do you think that this would have went differently for OpTic if Matt was there? I'm gonna have to say that if Matt was there, things would have gone different, because Matt was the search player. Whose bonehead idea? I'm not trying to call anybody names. I'm not name calling anybody. I just think that Nadeshot needs to be a part of this team in an active sort of role, because he was the search guy, you know, the search guy. Everybody else is good at the whole slaying thing. I'm not saying that Nadeshot's not good at the slaying, but we know that there are other people on the team who are better at slaying than him, such as the Crim6 and the Formal and even Scumpy. I watched a Scumpy video. This dude just went on a tear and got a freaking a nuclear in Black Ops, and I'm like, God damn, the dude's freaking amazing. He knows how to shoot. He's very good when it comes to shooting. Like, I can't wait to show you the clip, next video that I put out of him just demolishing OpTic Nation. I mean, he just went on like a 6-man in the garage, and I'm like, what? And OpTic Nation, they're a pro team. It's not like they're a definitive OpTic B team. I don't look at OpTic Nation as a B team. I look at OpTic Nation as another pro team. It's just that OpTic has two teams that are in the pro scene. You know what I'm saying? That's the way I see it. You know, and a Scumpy, he did them in. You know, I don't know what, I don't know. I don't like that OpTic lost. You know, I've read the comments and I've communicated with most of you who've actually I've communicated with all of you who've spoken to me in the comment section of the last video. And I don't know, after hearing the comments, after reading everything, I'm still up in the air. I don't want to think that OpTic lost on purpose. I don't. After hearing some of the arguments, yeah, maybe it got to those last rounds and maybe they got in the mindset, fuck it, we're still a pro team. We came in second, we're still gonna have money, we still make money off YouTube, does it really even matter? You know what I mean? Someone told me in the comment section, he says, you people think that Call of Duty is like football. You're damn right. I don't watch football. I have that sort of, I mean, I do watch football a little bit, you know what I'm saying, enough to know who's a good team, what's a bad team. I watch Super Bowls and things like that, you know what I'm saying. But when it comes to Call of Duty, I have, look at that, look at Crim6, look at this dude go off on the slaying. This dude's a freaking monster. So I mean, I still have that sort of energy that everyone else has for football. It's just directed towards Call of Duty because I like Call of Duty and I like my team. I do. I watch these guys every day on their vlogs and their videos, so it's hard for me to not feel passionate and defensive over OpTic, just like people were passionate and defensive over Faze. Good job. Good job to Faze for winning. I'm so happy that they won. I'm happy for Attach. He's like the youngest pro player I've ever seen. I'm pretty sure there might be people that are just as young as he is, but you know, I'm happy for him. He won. He got all that money. You know what I'm saying? That's really cool for him. You know, it's cool for their entire team. You know, I think it's actually a cool thing for all pro gamers, especially the ones that enter this Call of Duty scene and they get paid for it. Bro, that is like the dream come true. I said all that to say this. do they really take the championships as serious? I know how that sounds when I'm saying it, but follow me down this rabbit hole. You're OpTic, you're still making bread no matter what. You have sponsors out the ass. When it gets to be too much, do you have like an off switch? You know what I'm saying? When you feel like you guys, you know, your team can't come back. You've gotten beat 2 games in a row. You're down on search, you know, down by 3 on search. I mean, do you just say, fuck it, whatever, we lost this one, and go on about your way? Or when you're OpTic, do you come back? Look at what OpTic Nation did. They were playing, I forget who they were playing, but they were down. They were down super bad, and they brought it back. They still lost, or did they lose? I have to go back and see, but I think they were down like 5-1, and they came all the way back and they took it. I mean, so I don't know. I'm looking at this game of Hardpoint that they're playing right now, and looking at this score, 73 to 126. These are both pro teams, people. They're both good at Hardpoint because they're pro. And more than that, they're OpTic and they're Faze, the 2 best teams in Call of Duty. Look at what OpTic is doing to them right now. I don't want to hear you say something about, oh, well, this is OpTic's map. No, screw that. I don't believe that. I don't believe that. And this is the reason why I don't believe in, oh, this is their map. No. I've led clans before. You know what I'm saying? I had a clan for 2 years. Black Ops 2, Call of Duty Ghost, and a little bit on Advanced Warfare. And when it comes down to our amateur non-championship playing, if there's a map that we're weak on, I'm going to tell the team, no. We are going to buckle down and make that our best map, and that's what we do. So how much more does Pro Team OpTic, Pro Team Faze take with their maps? So I don't buy the argument about, oh, this is that map, this is their map, this is not their map. No. I don't buy that. They play this game 24/7. They play it every day. They know the call-outs. So no, it has nothing to do, for me, it has nothing to do with who's better at what map. Look at this score now. They finally got into the triple digits. 101 to 140, 144. OpTic is killing these people. Killing them. And they're pro team. They don't suck at Hardpoint. They don't suck at any game. Maybe if it was another team like Vitality or maybe Elevate, I don't know much about those teams. I'm not saying they're bad at anything, but if it was some other team, we'll just say, other than OpTic or Faze, I would say that maybe this isn't their map. But this is Faze. One of the most talked about teams in all of Call of Duty. So I just know. They're getting spanked like this by OpTic. Sure, indeed, that second Hardpoint match on Retreat, they did a little bit better. I'm not going to lie. I was nervous during the last, 3 minutes of that game. Was anybody else nervous during the last stretch of that game? It looked like FaZe was going to make a comeback. I was relieved when the codcasters were like, they can't come back. You know what I'm saying? They said something about the time and the points, and they did the math somehow, and they're like, well, FaZe can't do it. It looked like FaZe could do it to me, but when they said that they can't do it, by the numbers, I was like, good. OpTic's in there. We won. Thank God. I love OpTic. I think they need to bring Nadeshot back, or at the very least, I mean, I don't want to say they need to make roster changes, because I think roster changes are just, I don't like the idea of roster changes. The only time that you need to do a roster change is when A, somebody doesn't want to be a part of the team no more, or B, the person is just not getting along well with the other team. Because when you're on a pro team such as this, you got on this pro team for a reason. You're good at the game. You just need more practice. more practice under pressure. But how do you get more practice under pressure? By continuing to go to these events. If that's the case, then these guys have had a lot of practice. They do this all the time. I cannot condone Scumpy making such a big mistake like that on Riot Search. Chalk it up to maybe they're not as good as Search, but I don't want to believe that because they're a pro team. They are a pro team. They get paid to do this. So I don't want to believe that they can't play Search just as good as anybody else. I think the problem lied in their just ability to slay, and their greatest strength became their weakness, because Riot, for whatever reason, maybe Riot isn't like a good map for slaying. Maybe it's a better map for defense and whatnot. The codcasters were saying that all through the day. They were saying, well, Riot's A Street, A Bomb, that's a really, you know, it's a defensive game. And then at some point in time, I believe I heard them say something like a defensive win was unheard of, was difficult to pull off. I don't know. I'm anxious to hear what you guys have to say about this in the comments section, because OpTic destroyed Faze just now in that Hardpoint game, and Faze is a pro team just like them.